What's up, everybody? Episode 11 of The Amateur Expert. My name is Ashley, and I am the Amateur Expert. And the concept of the show is to interview people to see their career paths, their idea of success, to see if it changed along the way, and also to learn some tips and motivators that they used along the way. So today I am interviewing someone who is starting the process of learning more about wellness and mental health. So I look forward to interviewing her and just waiting for her to join the room. Awkward silence. That's cool. Perfect. She's in. And now just have to go live with her.
Hey,
Hello there. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for being the guest on today's show.
Absolutely. Oh my God, Ash, it's been so long.
We are finally reconnecting, and I'm happy that we're doing it on this medium. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey guys, my name is Demelza Campbell. I am the owner of Black Chicks Wellness on Demand, and it is such a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
Perfect. And I'm so excited. So, do me a favor. Tell me what you thought you wanted to do when you were a little girl.
Oh my gosh. So I ran the gamut when I was a little girl. I thought I wanted to be a firefighter. I thought that I wanted to be a businesswoman. Absolutely. Wearing the power suits, a la, 1980s working girl kind of,
Oh, nice.
look. I knew I did not want to be a social worker, which is what my dad was, because I used to visit him at the hospital. And so I kind of didn't like hospitals and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I was a little girl.
And so, beyond the awesome attire, what did you think the idea of success for was a businesswoman or a firefighter? What was your idea of success at that point in your life?
So I think when I was a kid, my idea of success was just, having a lot of money, just having the ability to pay for the things that I want. I think when we're kids, we really do think that money grows on trees. I don't think we truly understand the level of work involved to get to that point. And, growing up, I learned a lot, and I also, started from the bottom in many roles before making it to my current position. And it was quite an experience.
So tell me, how did you get on the path of wanting to start Black Chicks Wellness on Demand? Where did that come from? How did you start?
Sure. So I am a reformed CrossFitter. So CrossFit is constantly varied functional movement. So basically, I became a gym rat when I got laid off back in 2009. And so when I say gym rat, I mean, I was in a regular gym 5 days a week, just trying to fill my time in between looking for jobs. And when I got my job, I ended up transitioning to the DC area, and I stayed in the gym for about another year, but I got bored. So I wanted to really find something that was a little bit more interesting than just, watching myself do curls and things like that. And I found myself in boot camp, and then eventually made my way to CrossFit, where it just really opened up this whole new world of understanding that, how to eat, how to rest your body, how to constantly push yourself to a next level. And from that really, came the seed or planted the seed, so to speak, for Black Chicks Wellness on Demand. You'll see that in CrossFit, there's such thing as a WOD, or a workout of the day. But I didn't really want to focus too much on just working out, especially as a African American woman. I was very interested in wellness, and I see fitness as a part of wellness, but there's other areas of wellness. There's, general health, there's financial wellness, mental wellness, emotional state, just so much more associated with that. And that's really where I started Black Chicks Wellness on Demand, or BCWOD.
So tell me this now, how has your idea of success changed? Has it? And if it has, why?
It has changed. So in two ways. In terms of Black Chicks Wellness on Demand, at one point, my idea of success was being like this social media maven, being on social media, having like 1 million followers, and, having people see that the advice that I'm providing them is solid, and really just having a solid quality brand. That kind of changed when I injured my lower back, and it was not CrossFit's fault. I will say that. I want to make sure I say that. It was really that I had really poor posture. I sit at work 9-10 hours a day. It's going to affect you as you get older, And so when I got injured, it really kind of made me rethink, like, what is it that I really want to do? Where do I really want to take Black Chicks Wellness on Demand? Do I really want to continue with it? I listened to this podcast called Pivot, Switch, or Quit, which really, let me do a shout out. It's Pivot, Switch, or Quit. Switch, Pivot, or Quit. And it gives you an idea, like, of some of the choices that you have. Are you going to switch it up? Are you going to change your direction? Or are you going to quit? And it's okay to quit. It's okay to quit if you know that you're doing it from a position of power, and not from a position of feeling like you're lesser or you're failing. And the area that I'm in right now is switching.
That is so good. So good. So good. So so you're at a stage where you're not sure if you're going to keep Black Chicks Wellness on Demand, or do you think you're just going to switch up the frequency and how you're posting and what you're...
So I'm in a position right now, like, if I can break it down, I actually decided to hire a career coach to give me some guidance, because I think that sometimes we have this idea that we're supposed to always figure it out by ourselves, or leverage our friends, to help us figure everything out. And I will be the first one to say that I have leveraged my friends, and my friends have leveraged me. But sometimes you get to a point where it's not about the people who know you. It's really about the people who don't know you, and the advice that they can give from a position of expertise, as opposed to the advice that they think that they should give you because you're a friend. And I think that was a really important step for me to make it to, because sometimes you have reliance on somebody else saying, hey, yes, you should go in this direction. And what I wanted to do is not have that reliance. I wanted to instead figure out for myself, based on what my interests are and where I am today, where I want to go. So I'm a little less focused on posting on social media, a little more focused on, okay, what is the business that I truly want to have? To me, I really look at it as entrepreneuring. I know that's not a word. Don't judge me. Okay. This is just something that I created for myself. It's like, okay, great. I know I want to do this thing, but I also know, like, I'm capable. I have enough skills that I've earned over the years to really do it. But then it's like, okay, but what do I want to focus on? And do I just want to take what I already had and continue on that? Or do I want to pivot and try something completely new?
That's great. And I think it's even more special because you know that you're in a place of power, and that you can, you have the ability to choose.
Yep.
So that's exciting, and I'm excited for you and to see what comes out of this. So you sort of just shared a tip and or motivator that you've used as far as not or leveraging your friends, but then when that comes to a certain point, hiring an expert. Tell me, are there any other tips or motivators that you can share with us that you've used along the way?
Sure. So, something that I believe in, or I try and remind myself a lot. I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Four Agreements.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, the Four Agreements taped to my desk at work, especially when you're like dealing with people, you have to kind of remind yourself of a few things, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going off of my mind right now. Like the Four Agreements is, have integrity, you know what I mean, with what you say,
What you say, yep.
not taking things personal, which is so easy to do. So easy to do, to take things personal.
It's
And
so
then
easy.
you just spiral into nothingness. Not making assumptions, which again, extremely easy to do. People often make assumptions about me, and then in return, I start making assumptions about them. And again, it's a wicked cycle. And there's one more. Oh my goodness, I know I should know this. It's slipping my mind. I'll come back to it. But
Okay, I was gonna say nothing a quick Google search can't help us with.
exactly. But the big thing is that I really consider that my guiding force. I also really consider the idea of allowing my intentions to lead me and to guide me, as opposed to being led by what I think is right, but just kind of leading with my heart instead of
And
trying to think
also
with money.
always doing your best, which would be the
Yes,
fourth.
thank you. Absolutely. So, always doing your best really comes in handy. I can't tell you how many times I thought that I didn't do very well, or maybe somebody came up to me and said, you didn't do very well at that. And I really had to ask myself, I literally ask out loud, Demelza, did you do your best? And if I know I put myself out there and I did the best that I could, and it's a yes, I let it go. I let it go, because it's not about me. It's really about them at that particular point, and I have to be and find my joy where I can.
That is perfect. Spot on. So then the last question is, I am the amateur expert and I pride myself on knowing a little bit about a lot. And so the last question that I like to ask is for you, please, to share with me a random tidbit of information. It could be a Snapple fact. It could be something that would get me, a 200 or 400 point question on Jeopardy, or it could be another motivator, whatever you'd like to share.
So that is a shoulder to overhead, and then you have to squat with it overhead. You squat
And
down.
that's like one move.
This is all one. So it's four items. It's four items in one. And after you finish your squat, you stand back up and you put the bar down. You've just completed one bear complex.
So let me ask you this. Is the bear complex always the same, or is it any
It can change.
four?
It can change. It can be switched up a little bit. It can be modified. But generally, that is a kind of standard bear complex.
And is it always with a bar?
I wouldn't say, well, I would say generally in CrossFit, just from my experience, it has always been with the bar, but you can do it with like a kettlebell. You don't have to do it with the bar. You can just do one side at a time and then do
What
the other
about
side.
like a bottle of water? Because that's where I am in life these days.
How about a dictionary?
Dictionary?
A dictionary.
Do they still
Well, yeah,
make
those
those?
don't really exist anymore, huh? No. Okay, so tell you what, you can do that with two 5 or 10-pound dumbbells.
I feel like I could start there. I
Yeah,
feel like I could start there.
you got to start somewhere. We all do.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That was good to know. Also, something that maybe I can try.
Mhm.
And I'll call you if I need any additional
Please
help with
do.
it.
I'm looking forward to it anytime.
But I also appreciate you sharing with us today. And if you'd like, can you please share your social media handle so people
Sure.
can learn more about what you are bringing to the world?
Sure. So, guys, you can find me on at Black Chicks WOD. So that is Black Chicks, plural, WOD. Hit me up. You know, I try and put some stuff out that I think is relevant to the wealth, the health, the wellness of Black women. And it really helps to remind me that the first person that I get to look out for is me, but I also get to share that space with my sisters and maybe give them permission by maybe talking about the things that happen to me, give them permission to talk about the things that are going on with them.
That is beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And this will be on Instagram Live for the next 24 hours, and then it will be on the Amateur Expert YouTube page. So
Yay!
thank you again, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye, Ash.
Bye.